on. Okay, this is really cool. So something's about to shift, and it's due to an awakening, due to some type of revelation. This could be coming within dreams, but it's here to reveal the truth. So interesting, yeah. Even the Eight of Cups is coming out as the overall, like at the bottom of the deck, and the Queen of Rings and the Lovers and the Five of Cups. You may have been very disappointed about a situation. It may have changed. There is that Ace of Swords. We have the Lovers about making a choice. Hard to walk away, but we do have something here where there's like a feeling of winning, some type of recognition due to maybe a very stubborn energy you may have been dealing with, or someone who wasn't very secure within themselves. They could have been like kind of rude or hurtful in some way, or very demanding. I'm just like, again, these are the surrounding cards. Because when you see the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this can feel like someone was trying to control the situation. Instead of being like genuine and loving and caring and understanding, this was more of an energy that was about them, about themselves, on how they handled stuff. So it was like kind of one-sided. I'm not saying the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is always like that, but with the surrounding cards, it does show. Now, if you guys are interested in a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Also on my Instagram, Tarot Charlie. So let's get right into this, okay? You're coming in as the King of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you could have that in your chart, or this is the energy you're bringing in. I know you're a fire sign, but remember, this is energy. So the King of Swords is saying, like, you are strong. You see right through stuff. You're making a very, straight decision for yourself. There may be somebody here wanting to come in with an emotional offer with the Page of Cups. It could be a bit surprising to hear from this person, but you already went kind of cold. You already made a decision about this person. So even if they come in with emotions, I feel you already are pretty set in what you're feeling and thinking about them. Yeah, you may have been in a long-term relationship or something that, you invested a lot. There was a lot of hope for long-term, but it ended up you learning the lesson and closing out this chapter. Yep, this person is reminiscing about you. This is past energy. They're thinking about the past, the memories, a lot of things here. We also have the Five of Wands, what they're planning to do. There's like this conflict that they're having. They've been having this issue for a while within inside. I am seeing them like there is something here where you had this awakening. You're seeing that this person's not a team player. You had a lot of struggles. You had to close out a cycle because someone wasn't working with you in a way, okay? And I feel like here it's like, yes, there may be some things that are stuck, but you're having an awakening now to clear up the mind. And when you get this the King of Swords makes a decision, it makes a decision. It's a very strong choice that they're making from logic, not emotion no more. This person, I feel you gave a lot of emotion, a lot of time and investment in them, and now you're like kind of going cold, just like being direct, you know. So they're having a lot of conflict. This may end up hurting this person in the near future because it's regarding the Three of Swords. It's showing that there's some type of heartbreak, some type of breakup that has happened between you and them. I feel, again, there's somebody in their head, but I feel you already took lead and already making a decision for yourself. I can't really go back on what I'm saying here. You coming in as the King of Swords, somebody here probably not going to like what you have to say. They're probably going to think that they can get in some way, and that they're going to realize that you made a decision a long time ago. Like, all this space was you healing. All of the space you did, all of the pain you felt, you were healing. They are now triggered by a memory. They are triggered by you. They're in conflict. It looks like they don't want to fight, but they still have the fight in them. They still have conflict and tension within them. And which leads to like some kind of betrayal, or, maybe asking for forgiveness in some way. But somehow in the outcome, it does bring things back to balance on your end regardless. Okay, it may not be everything you want to hear or you should have heard, but at this point, I feel like when it comes to this person, you may have a lot of anxiety when it comes to them, or you had a lot of sleepless nights to get where you are today. Not saying like some of you guys may be in your head. Some of you guys may be losing sleep still. Some of this may have been very fresh, okay? But something is being brought up again for you to make a choice after seeing the truth. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Now be careful with the Wheel of Fortune because it is saying that something's stuck and it is karmic. And you are breaking free from something karmic. That's why it can still feel like, man, this person's in my thoughts. I need to get them out. But you have no choice but to make a decision. You already made the choice, it looks like, with the King of Swords. Not saying it's not going to change, but it's like, yeah, okay. So you may be seeing this person in their head, and they're seeing you kind of coming in cold, too. Yeah, I feel like this person's mood switches, so they're probably going to mirror your energy if they haven't already. If this is a person who does not like rejection at all, or a feeling of any type of rejection, even though you're being real or honest or coming from a place of love, they're still going to feel it's rejection because um, you're not accepting something, or you don't see it their way, or something like that. So it makes them feel like now they're going to switch. So if you're going to be the King of Swords, they're going to be the King of Swords. You know, but they're coming from a place of like hurt, pain, immaturity, emotionally immature here. Okay, you're doing this, you made this choice because this person kept you up all night. This person made you lose sleep. They got you, you couldn't get the, you know, you had to figure out, you had to have this awakening because it's like so confused. It really caught you off guard or really mentally hurt you. Okay, like where you couldn't, you're just like worried or paranoid or just in your head about this person. And this person's like, oh, you're going to be like that, then I'm going to be all like, I'm going to switch my mood. But you were really hurt by this, okay, Aries? Knight of Coins. Somebody's mixed signals, somebody's unstable energy is what caused the Tower. So something here with the Tower was due to somebody resisting change and not learning their mistakes. The Tower is still lingering, which is telling me that needs to collapse for, so something hasn't fully let go yet. One person can learn the lesson, yes, but the other one also needs to. But sometimes when you're in a situation like this, the Tower comes up to show that they're still resisting change, which means they haven't let the Tower fall. They're running away from their problems. The Tower is them getting the consequences of their problems and addressing it and feeling things crumble internally, or sometimes it happens externally. So I feel like this person is still resisting that. What is the World? The Seven of Swords. Yeah, you had to close out something because somebody wasn't being honest with themselves. It's like you couldn't have a relationship with somebody who was just gonna either, you know, lie to themselves or wear a mask or be fake. You needed that genuine connection. You needed that equal give and take. And how are you? And maybe there was cheating, maybe there was lies or something in that, or accusing. But the Seven of Swords is just saying like, hey, I don't trust this person anymore with my heart, with my mind, with my spirit. I got to close this out. I got to figure it out. And I feel like that's why it's like you really are doing the inner work. But when this person comes in, I wouldn't be surprised if it got you in your head a little more because of the, again, because of the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, something about karmic. So this person is, you know, thinking about the past and how you guys broke up, and they're also in that, this is karmic, again, coming in as how things are stuck. They are very stuck on the past, okay? There may be certain things on your mind that you're stuck about, too, that it's hard to break away from, but it's just a pattern, Spirit saying. There's just, once you see through that pattern of your own self, and through, like, this other person, you will start breaking free more and more. But right now, you're stuck. Sometimes you get stuck mentally. This person is stuck with memories and about the connection. I feel like there's something here, like either how it ended or what is it that's keeping you up all night, right? This person still has unresolved issues with you. They feel like things are not finished. They are feeling, so they're coming in like very isolated and alone. This person is feeling super sad and by themselves. They're not comfortable being alone. So these emotions are rising up right now, and they are, you know, just not, they want to bring something up. They want to speak about something But when I see that Three of Swords, yeah, they may be coming in with some type of heartbreak, wanting some apology or something, or just talk to you. It's very small though, you guys. It's not some big ass message. If it is, it's very rare that that would happen with a page, but they're still not fully taking accountability. The Tower is still in the challenge. That means that they haven't really went through a transformation, or they're avoiding a lot of things right now. Things are kind of like, yeah, things are not fully crashed in their life to bring any change or move things to the next level until that Tower comes down. You can avoid, you can run, you could blame, but that Tower will always be there. It'll always be there until you face it. And that's what this person needs to do, is face it. Judgment is saying that they're not making good choices. They are very overwhelmed, but they don't want to fight. They do want kind of things to go back to normal. Yeah, there's that Queen of Coins. She's coming up right now. It doesn't have to be a male or female. It's just an energy. Maybe you're dealing with an earth sign or someone, however, but this person really wants to communicate with you. They see you as the Ten of Cups. They do, hopefully, for some, they do kind of like deep down, even though they're not really saying it, deep down, they really do want this to kind of go back to normal. But from what I'm seeing, this is a warning, because the divine is saying, just because you forgive them doesn't mean we're going to forgive them. They still have stuff to learn. So you want to go through the Tower with them, you can. That's your decision. But the Tower is not here to mess around. Okay? This person could apologize and say everything you want to and tell you everything you want to hear. But that doesn't mean that they don't have karmic debt somewhere else. So Spirit is trying to warn you that this person has not changed yet. But if their words get to you, that's completely fine. That's why the Wheel of Fortune keeps coming up, because the cycle may continue. That's the warning. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Doesn't mean anything. It just means this is where it can lead. Because it does show that this person wants to communicate, but their judgment is off. They're still not taking full accountability internally. Whatever they say to you or do to you, Aries, if they do come back into your energy or you start the cycle back up with them, they don't mean it with the judgment. They don't mean it. They want to get back in your presence. And it's not, yeah. There you are in the outcome. Ooh, yeah. There's a little bit of confusion coming in. Options and choices in the Moon. There's a lot of uncertainty if you want to come back together with this person or not. I am seeing that for an Aries that I'm connecting with, or that may be going through a makeup breakup situation. This person is coming in with the same patterns, but maybe different strategies. They haven't really fully matured in a way to really learn from what has happened. Their words are very convincing, but the Tower is a warning. Okay? So if anything, I feel that Spirit just wanted to basically just bring this up. If you are dating or being with somebody right now, or talking to somebody, or just in separation, however, whatever it is, there is a challenge here that things need to change. And or you're going to have the same things occurring over and over and over, even though it can feel good for 3 weeks, 3 months, 4 months. Okay, then something happens again. Well, just remember, that's the Tower. That's the warning. All right, you guys? Others of you, if this doesn't resonate. Don't try to make it fit, right? I mean, if you've been with this person for a whole year and everything's fine, you're good. Nothing's, but if it's a pattern you're freaking seeing, and you're always getting heartbroken and trying to release this person and knowing you can't, gosh, this person's not good for me. They need to change, something needs to happen. If that is not, if you keep going through that pattern, you're seeing it, then yes, this is going to resonate with you, because that's exactly what's going on. Oops. All right, let's go ahead and grab some cards. Yeah, this person doesn't feel like the story's over yet. They don't want the story. They may have given into temptation. I was pretending to be someone else. They may have gave into temptation, whatever it is. I don't know what that Seven of Swords is, but can be giving into like trying to get away with something. But you would know what that is. I don't like to see the Three of Cups sometimes because and then you have this card coming out that can represent other energies. So be careful with an energy who goes in and out of relationships. Be careful of a person who you have to watch out for. This one person they tell you not to watch out for. Okay, your gut is telling you about. Your gut is saying, okay, are they really done with that person? Do they just go back and forth with me in this energy all the time? Be careful with those because that's why this can maybe going in a pattern, because instead of somebody taking that time away from you after a fight or an argument or a disagreement or whatever, they could be distracting themselves with other parties instead of actually taking that time to do the inner work and reflect. That really rarely does happen when someone's in a karmic cycle where the other person keeps messing up and being the sneaky one. So that usually is one of the main reasons why patterns occur, is because people are distracting during the breakup instead of healing during the breakup. They're distracting time. That's why some people seem so strong when they're like, why don't they care about me? Why aren't they writing me? Or why aren't they texting me? Well, because they're probably doing drugs or something to this is just an example, to pass the time. They're probably playing a bunch of video games, to pass the time. Probably drinking. They're probably doing some stuff. They're distracting. People who actually do the inner work will actually contact you, and you will know if they've done it. You would know. You wouldn't be seeing Instagram posts of people partying and going out and hanging out with their friends and trying to look all good. You would see probably posts of them going to the gym, or even them not posting at all. You would know. That's, you know what I mean? Okay. Just saying. I just wanted to say that, Aries. I just wanted to say that. I feel because when I saw the Wheel of Fortune twice and see the Tower and the Challenge, it seems like a very big pattern. And you are coming up as the Emperor in the outcome with your complete control of the situation. This is your decision. I'm distracting myself to avoid thinking of you. Isn't that so creepy how that just came out after we talked about it? There's a confirmation. So that's why Spirit is saying, look at that, my pride and ego got hurt, so I want to revenge. I wanted to hurt you too. That's why Spirit is saying, hey, this person hasn't changed. Feel like they're coming in because they feel abandoned. They feel lonely. They feel isolated. And they're like, and you're kind of a challenge for them right now. Like, you're going to boost up their ego by even opening up that door. Some people are not emotionally in tuned as others, to where when you open up that door, communicate, you really want to make something work with those emotions, right? Like what you say, you mean what you say, because you have good intentions. When this person comes in, it's like, I'm coming in because I want to see if I still have a chance with Aries, and if Aries will take me back, and then if Aries, if Aries does take me back, whew, that's awesome. Now I can feel good about myself because now I have Aries. But Aries, you don't also want to be a distraction for them, either. So I don't feel like you are. I feel like you are the main person that they think about and want to be with. But they do have little distractions here that are not at your level at all. They're at their level. The person that keeps coming in back in your life. So you are higher than this. That's why it's like, it's right there. You guys, it's right there. They're distracting themselves. So these are I need you codependency. Feels like this person needs a, like, doesn't know how to be by themselves or something. I don't know. They can't sit with their own, they don't like their own company. I know the clock is ticking for us once you wait for me. Even though we shouldn't, I still want to. I want this badly, but I'm afraid of getting hurt, so we self-sabotage. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I'm overthinking everything. What will everyone else think? And I can't be apart from you much longer. Now, this is an energy of somebody wanting to come back. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen by the time this reading. Okay? This is just more of an energy that can pop up, or that you're used to popping up already. You know they're going to pop up again. You know they're going to have this story. You just know that. Okay? But you are over here trying to detach from this person. I see it. But there may be a pull. So that's why I'm here to tell you what that pull is. What is coming. Only if you resonate. Alright, I'm ashamed of how I treated you. Yeah, I believe that. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over. They need to still do... The crazy thing, even if they did turn the clock and do things over, they would still have the freaking same patterns. So no, they need to, like, go way back and do all the healing before they freaking met you. That's how far they need to turn the clock back. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm so done. But yes, they are ashamed of how they treated you. Regret. Huh. So this could be you or them. Spirit enlightenment. Okay. Aries, regret, really. I feel like Spirit wants to bring this to your attention. Like, this could be why you may be letting this person in because of regret. But Spirit is saying, stay true to your values, and you are ascending. Okay, so there's something here where they're acknowledging, like, we see your pain, we see what you're holding, and we're gonna let that. But we're gonna help you with, like, give you that awakening, okay? Because you shouldn't be holding on to this so much. Forgive yourself so quickly. The way you forgive others is the way how fast you should be forgiving yourself, okay? Stay true to your values and get off the couch. For some of you guys are on the couch too much. That's okay, I'm always on the couch too. I'm a little homebody right now. But yeah, look at that. The star. Lots of healing, lots of also the unknown. But here comes the Seven of Cups. This is asking you to choose wisely. Wait a minute before making a decision. There's still more to be revealed. This is saying things are still hidden. Not everything meets the eye. What the heck is wrong with me? What is that? Well, you guys know what I mean. You guys always correct me in my comments, which I like, because I always forget what these little sayings are. But I'm going to leave this here for you. I do hope this message did bring some clarity, or at least a warning in your situation for when this person does make their round after they distract themselves. You, on the other hand, I feel you're doing great. I feel the regret can keep you attached. I feel like there's a need of awakening about that for yourself. Just as fast as you forgive others, please do the same for you. Okay, because that could be why you, like, maybe blame yourself a lot in situations. Not all of you. This, again, take what resonates, but more for, you to stay so attached to this person because you're holding it all. And really, they should be freaking regretting. But they're distracting. But maybe their time just looks so flawless to you. Like, oh, they're not hurting. Well, Spirit is saying they are. That's why they're distracting so freaking much. Because they need to get you off their mind. That's why they're running around with their head cut off. You know what I mean? Like a chicken with their head cut off. So I'm like, people don't understand that. And then when they come back and apologize, it's like, okay, why though? Like, what was going on before this? Like, that's what you need to question. Why are you coming back now? What happened? So,